Good afternoon and welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is Tuesday, June 5th, 2018. And we're so honored to have with us in the studio, Pronoun.
Especially me.
Watching Audiotree live. We're in the studio with Pronoun. What is up? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. I'm a huge fan of your recorded material. It's really cool to see you playing live. It's so much more like it's heavier, I guess, or it's just like more rocked out. I'm curious if you did you envision it that way at all?
I didn't really even envision Pronoun, so no. But
okay, yeah.
No, I do. I mean, you probably know, I made it all in my bedroom, and it's very lo-fi and a lot of loops. And I wanted, as we started playing live, the more and more, it just feels better to make it different because that's. If you want to hear the recordings, you can just listen to them. But,
But this is a special experience, or it's a one-time experience to see it live in this variation.
Make it have more energy, have more it's something. I just hope people they'll hear the record and be like, oh, I want to go see that live and walk away and be like, that was cool, not just that was okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, the guys definitely bring a ton of energy to it.
Yeah, it's really cool. No,
it's very different. I make a lot more mistakes when I'm playing live. So.
Well, that's part of it.
But that's okay.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Also part of the one-time experience.
I already locked myself out of my van. So.
Yeah, there we go. But you'll get in. Don't worry. I'm curious to hear if there's a record. There was a lot of Killers happening in the warm-ups, and I'm a huge Killers fan as well, especially Hot Fuss. But I'm just curious if there's a record that sticks out to any of you as one that you can always go back to.
Of the Killers?
Oh, not of them.
In general?
Any band.
Hot Fuss.
Okay, yeah.
That's such a great record.
That's your answer?
Third Eye Blind, self-titled.
Okay,
cool. I come back to a lot. Jimmy Eat World Clarity, I come back to a lot.
Yes.
That's all I can think of. The 1975 records we've been listening to a lot also.
Very cool.
Listen to the new single
about 3 million
so many times.
30 to 40 times already, mostly because of Alyse.
Yeah.
What did you think about their transition from this new record's just so much more experimental and strange and all that?
The new single?
Yeah, sorry. I meant it's 2 years old now.
I Like It When You Sleep.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool. They reinvent themselves every time and make an entire experience out of the 1975 in general. They're not just a band. It's like an experience. Yeah.
For sure.
Experience. So, I'm very excited for the new record. Needless to say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw them at Lollapalooza again. I think it was 2 years ago, and it was just crazy. I knew about them, and I knew they were relatively popular, but the amount of die hardness in the crowd was just crazy. Like people singing every word and like worshiping them basically while he's doing like his best like Mick Jagger impression on stage. Crazy stage setup and shit. So yeah, cool. Well, thanks again for coming out, y'all. You can go into that next song when you're ready.
Go.
You'll get in, I promise.
Yeah. I think they just called me actually. You good? Well, whatever. Don't need to. We can't get in right now. Okay, yes, I'm ready, sorry. Oh, wait, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I'll just do that, but again.
One more try.
Technical difficulties. Volume up.
Oh, yeah.
It's all part of it.
You're watching Audiotree Live in the studio with Pronoun. Could you talk to me a little bit about your record label? I listened to that playlist that you
cool.
posted. There's some really cool stuff on there. A lot of
thank
stuff
you.
that I wasn't familiar with, like beforehand.
Awesome.
Are they like I don't know, friends or collaborators or things like that, or just bands you're interested in?
Well, I started the record label for this artist Charles Fauna, actually, who I found on my Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify.
Okay, cool.
And he happened to live in Brooklyn, so we like met up, and I was like, oh, like you remix my song, and we ended up being best friends. He actually used to play drums for me.
Very
and
cool.
We toured the country together, and
Very
he was starting
cool.
to put out music, and I was like, I wanna help.
Be involved in this, yeah.
So it started with that, but yeah, now I have about like 6 or 7 artists on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Some are friends. A lot are like friends now, but they weren't before.
Cool.
So that's been cool.
How do you go about like seeking bands, or do they just sort of come to you? Like, oh, you find this
Yeah.
song, and you're like, oh, this is rad. I should reach out to them.
It all depends. Usually, sometimes I reach out. Like I reached out to Charlie. Sometimes people come to me, or like we all went to like school. Like we all went to Berkeley and Boston. So
Okay, cool.
friends of friends, mutual friends, or just like I have Henry Nowhere, who Daywave was like, oh, I heard you've started a label, and like he's trying to release some stuff, and I think it would be a good fit. So it kind of like depends. It's like friends of friends, or just people that are aware that it exists, and yeah.
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 Do you have like long-term goals for it at all, or thoughts about like, I don't know, the future of something like that in your life?
No, I just try to live every day. I try not to think about anything at all. Just coast through my life.
Try to get back into the van.
Yeah,
you
try
think
to get
about
back
the
into the
future,
van.
we are still locked out of our van. No, it's all really new to me. I mean, 3 years ago, I always say like I didn't even know I would be making music. So
Sure.
I want to keep like we have releases coming up on the label, and I have releases coming up. I'm not on my own label. I'm on a different label, but
Yeah.
yeah, I want to keep continuing. I mean, I just really want to help small artists like get their chance to reach a wider audience and then upgrade from there.
Cool.
Because it's not many people like to take risks right now.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to be like a brand new artist. So I want to help them like get past that risk part, so that they can go on to better things.
Yeah. Just have that foundation so they can then go on to do other things. Yeah. And then just lastly, is that a purposeful separation? Like you're not on your own label, or just what happened?
No, I just started the label after Pronoun.
Existed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
But also, it's nice to like not be able to blame myself.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's like, oh, like that's not my fault. I'm not on the label. Like
That's your
that's
fault.
their fault. Always have people to blame. I'm just kidding. Please
Yes.
live your life
To
freely.
blame and also to call Emmy when you lock your van.
To do it for
It's
you.
your fault. I locked myself out of the van you bought me.
Also, thank you.
Just, and I'm not on Rhyme and Reason anymore.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, you can
okay.
you can play another song.
You can stop talking.
No. I love it.
This is the first song I put out, and it's called A Million Other Things.
Is this how it ends? Is this how it starts? When you love somebody while they're falling apart, love somebody while they're falling, don't know where it leads, don't know if you know. When you keep on holding tight instead of letting go, keep on holding tight instead of letting go, you gotta go. I gotta go.
Watching Audiotree Live, we're in the studio with Pronoun. So all jokes aside, you do seem like a person who's fairly in the moment in your life. I'm curious if that, what your relationship like to social media is then, specifically something like Twitter or whatever, where you can just kind of like send out your thoughts into the world.
Have you been on my Twitter?
I have been on your Twitter.
It's a complete nightmare.
Yeah. I would not say nightmare though. There's a lot of like fairly positive stuff on it. Like, you know, I think it's an insight into your maybe actual brain.
Right, yeah. No, Twitter, I actually started, I had never used Twitter before, and then I started the project, and I was like, I can, like, no one follows me on here, like, no one
I can
knows
say
what
whatever
pronoun
I
is.
want.
So I was like, I can just, like, go absolutely insane.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So sometimes I delete things down. I'm like, you can't do that anymore. Like, you have some followers.
Oh,
or, like,
really?
a
You
coworker
can't?
will, like my tweet, and I'm like, oh my God, you follow me. Like, you've seen all this. But yeah, I use Twitter to vent and be like whatever. I don't like to take it too seriously, so I'm just like, yeah.
For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like there's this, I don't know, this like hanging over that social media as a band is almost like you're like chained to it almost. Do you feel that way at all? I don't know. You always have to post shit and you always have to tell people what you're doing. I don't know. It just feels like maybe it's a little trapping.
It's annoying. It can be annoying. I mean, it depends if you like doing it. Like, I like using Instagram and I like using Twitter. I deleted the Facebook app recently from my phone because I was like, saw someone like almost kill themselves and then like saw someone cooking chicken, and I was like, why?
Sure.
I just like am having a cigarette. Why am I like experiencing
So much
so
emotional
many
range.
extreme things, and like
Yeah.
it's like normalizing it, like, oh cool, oh sad, like you shouldn't be thinking of it like that way. So then Facebook's a little harder now because without the mobile app, like it's kind of annoying to post.
Yeah,
to.
pop over to a computer or whatever. To
But
post
everything
to it,
gets
yeah.
hidden anyway, unless you boost it. So
Dude, yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, there's the whole bots thing too. Like, the bots know that people prefer moral outrage. So, like, why not just show you some stuff you're going to be outraged? You know, like there's a whole meta thing about it, I think. It's fairly dark, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, all
no,
right.
it's very dark.
Positive stuff, music. You can go ahead and play your last one. Thank you so much
thank
for
you for
coming out.
having us. This has been awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We've been in the studio with Pronoun. You can check them out on tour with Citizen and Oso until you have 2 more days, or a couple
Tonight
more
and
days.
Columbus.
Yes,
tomorrow, and
nice.
that's it.
So if you're in or around that area, check them out. And you can check out like the full discography on streaming services, et cetera, et cetera. Thank you so much for performing for us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew for making it look beautiful. Keelan on the TriCaster and Ellie directing. And thanks viewers for watching. You can support the band by downloading or streaming the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks. Send a shout via social media to us or them if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
All right, so you guys want to do it for real now?